Between 900 and 1,000 people are moving to Florida a day to live. That's in addition to the millions of people that come here to vacation. And you add those cars on the road, and a road today which doesn't present a significant impact to that panther or to that bear, over time, as traffic volume increases, will become a fragmenting effect.
First met FP224 when she was a kitten, about 8 or 9 months old. She was hit by a car, was laying up in somebody's yard, underneath some palmetto bushes, got her stabilized, took her to one of the local vet clinics here in town that we have a relationship with. And it was the right leg, back leg that was broken. Bone was pretty much snapped right in half. At the vet clinic, they have a team of surgeons that actually repaired the fracture. You can see from the x-rays, they used a series of pins and plates to put that bone back together. Once she's then stabilized after surgery, she was transported to another facility that we work with called White Oak. 224 was in captivity for about 10 months. But it's a great success story to take a young panther with a broken leg, rehab her, and get her back out into the wild. Where we released her was as far away from roads as we thought we could get. And this is about 30 miles from where she was hit by a car. It wasn't long before she made it all the way back to her natal home range. How they do that, why they do that, how they know to do that, it's one of the great mysteries of the wildlife world. Somehow she knew where home was, and she went back to it.
I had a pretty unique perspective growing up. I could walk, less than a mile as a kid to beautiful lakes and the woods, and we would see wildlife and we'd go fishing. But as I grew older and went off to college and came back, a lot of that was gone, unfortunately. A lot of the habitat in Lake County were impacted, through 80, 100 years worth of citrus up until the 1980s when the Great Freezes occurred. So at that point, we started seeing the conversion of those citrus groves, those citrus properties, into development. As that growth occurred, it filled into those areas that were once citrus groves, also having impact on our natural habitats around those citrus groves that were remaining.
It is so important for us to be intellectually humble, recognize what we don't know. If we don't do that, if we don't approach the challenges and decision-making that face us on a daily basis, then we will make decisions that have unintended consequences that affect future generations. I don't think when we were generations ago developing the road system or the canal system ever thought about the potential impacts on these populations, but they happen.
Panthers don't really look at roads as something to be avoided. It's something within their environment and they just cross it. When a panther gets hit, people can't believe how somebody could hit a panther. They're a fairly large animal. Surely you should be able to see them. But nothing in the panther's world travels at 80 miles an hour. So when they're crossing a road and they see a car down the road and it's coming straight at them, it's hard for them to judge how far away it is and how quickly it's approaching them. They start walking across the road and that vehicle is there before they know it. So, people don't hit panthers on purpose. It's an accident, something that happens. Wherever there's roads, panthers are going to get hit. So, fast forward 4 years later, 224 is about 5.5, 6 years old now, and she gets hit by a car again. A passing motorist saw her laying on the side of the road, took a picture, and actually called us about it. And when she fell asleep, that's when we were able to see the extent of her injury. We could tell the other leg was broken, and she also had a big cut in her side. We knew she had kittens with her, but we did not know if they were with her at the time. So we went out and set some box traps to catch the kittens, thinking that they would, kind of hang around, looking for mom. Sure enough, they came back and we caught them that night, which was, just fascinating to me. One, how they could find her, but they also found that spot.